Dragon Ball. Battle. Saiyan at the beginning. Chapter 76. Sun Wukong. You finally showed up. Cell stared at Sun Wukong fiercely. This look made Sun Wukong frown. He didn't like this look. But Sun Wukong ignored Cell and went to number 18 and helped her up. What? You don't recognize me? Haven't we met in dreams many times? I asked you to kill me hundreds of times. Sun Wukong naturally helped number 18 to brush off the dust on her body. They had done this action many times in their dreams, and number 18, who had always behaved very coldly, did not resist. She was already in shock. It turned out that the dream was real. In the dream, in addition to letting her kill him hundreds of times, Sun Wukong also traveled with her and spent hundreds of happy nights together. That's why she hesitated in her heart about killing Sun Wukong. Because although she didn't know whether it was true or not, she had slowly accepted Sun Wukong's gentleness in her heart, and Dr. Gero turned them into androids without Sun Wukong's knowledge, and he also victim. Cell and Vegeta's jaws almost dropped to the ground. During this period of time, number 18 had never been so obedient. Only Son Goku could make her look like this. Number 18, as an artificial human, have you forgotten your mission? How can you fall in love with your target? He is the one you want to kill. Cell was angry. Although he didn't understand the love between men and women, he had to devour no. 18. Son Goku's attitude made him feel as if something he loved was taken away by someone. Kakarot, as a Saiyan from the fighting nation, how can you just focus on talking about love with a woman? Fighting is what we are born to do. Let Cell absorb this woman, and I will defeat his perfect form. Otherwise, he will think that our Super Saiyans are a joke. Now I have also reached the second stage of Super Saiyan 1, and I have narrowed the gap with you. Haha, look how strong my energy is. Vegeta laughed arrogantly. He had been waiting for this moment for a long time, but he still didn't say that he surpassed Son Goku, because he couldn't feel the specific breath of Son Goku, and vaguely felt that he was about the same as him. Are you a pig? You don't know how powerful this Cell's perfect form is, right? If he absorbs number 18, you are no match for him. Even I can't defeat him easily, so there's no need to make trouble for ourselves, let's just kill him directly. If you want strong opponents, we have plenty in the 7th universe, and if that doesn't work, there are still other universes. Sun Wukong was so angry that he almost cursed. He was really mad at his pig teammate. Haha. I didn't expect that Sun Wukong is also a guy who bullies the weak and fears the strong. Aren't you born a warrior? How can you be afraid of me? Ridiculous. Sharu used the method of provoking him again, but Sun Wukong already knew his plan. How could he let his woman be devoured by this monster? You ugly, it's fine if you're just ugly, but you ran out to scare people, that's wrong. And you scared the flowers and plants around, that's not good either. Do you have any sense of public morality? Public morality. What the hell? Sharu was confused. Forget it, you won't understand even if I tell you, you low-quality monster. Originally, I wanted you to be my nanny, but now seeing that you are so ugly, forget it. I have decided to sentence you to death and kill you as soon as possible. Sun Wukong said with disdain, then turned to number 18 and said, lazily, step back a little and see how I avenge you. I will make him spit out number 17 as well. Don't worry, you'll be fine with me here. Number 18 blushed. She was a little uncomfortable with Sun Wukong's gentleness, but she did not break free, and gently stepped back to a distance. I haven't done it for a long time, I'm really excited. Cell, King Kai told me that if you kill a real human, I won't let you go. Let me see how strong you are. It's not a big deal to swallow no. 17. Sun Wukong sneered. Since you want to die, I will help you. Anyway, my ultimate goal is to kill you. After killing you, I will feel relieved. Vegeta, I killed Son Goku, you have no objection, right? Cell saw that Son Goku's breath was a little weak, and thought that he was just so-so, and believed that he could definitely beat him. Vegeta almost laughed out loud after hearing what Cell said. I dare not say that I will definitely beat Son Goku, you stinky insect are so arrogant. Very good, it seems that after integrating into the Saiyan cells, your personality has become arrogant. Sun Wukong sneered. If you can kill him, just try it. If I don't take action, don't blame me for not reminding you. Here's a piece of advice for you, Don't mess with people who are stronger than you. Vegeta said sarcastically, then crossed his arms in front of his chest, suspended in the air, watching Cell and Son Goku fight. Trunks, number 18, and the half-crippled number 16 on the side also focused their eyes on the two of them. The battle was about to break out, and they really wanted to know the true strength of Son Goku. Son Goku faced Cell with his hands behind his back, his face full of contempt. Stop looking down on me. Seeing the contemptuous expression on Sun Wukong's face, Cell was furious and took the lead in attacking. With his sudden leap, at this moment, the mountains and rivers on the island collapsed, and the powerful force poured into the ground, and the mighty waves stagnated in an instant. Cell was like a flash of lightning, rushing directly towards Sun Wukong. Without any warning, a dazzling light suddenly lit up. Cell was already close to Sun Wukong. Although Cell looked a little too strong now, his swift speed and infinite flexibility made him as agile as a loach. But Sun Wukong's reaction was faster, and he instantly transformed into a Super Saiyan. Two blurry figures began to flash in different places. The sky, grassland, lake, everywhere were their figures. The illusory afterimages spread throughout the space, and the naked eye could no longer tell which one was real and which one was illusory. Bang, bang, bang. The fierce fighting sound spread everywhere like the sound of a war drum. Fight. Separate. Sprint. The smooth and flowing movements were connected into one, without any pause. Under the shocking pressure, the incomparable terrifying energy blasted towards the ground and the sea. Under the powerful force, the area of tens of thousands of meters seemed extremely fragile, as if the earth was shaking with the fight between the two, and it seemed that it would collapse at any time. However, both sides of the battle, whether it was Sun Wukong or Cell, both sides avoided damaging the core of the earth too much in the battle. In the sky, black clouds pressed down. Sun Wukong moved in space and appeared behind Cell. He stretched out his hand and quickly grabbed Cell's tail and swung it out with force. Whoosh! Cell immediately turned into a black dot and rushed into the atmosphere, but in a flash, his figure immediately appeared on the ground. Xiao Shang's sword. Shang Yang's sword. Zhang Chong's sword. Guan Chong's sword. Xiao Chong's sword. Sun Wukong immediately shot out 5 sharp sword auras with his right hand. 5 extremely powerful energy waves of different colors, like dense artillery shells concentrated in one place, swept across the entire sky. The remaining power brushed the ground, and the entire island immediately trembled, scraping off a thick layer of soil. At this moment, Cell's mouth curled slightly, but his body suddenly stopped on the ground, leaving 3 figures in the sky. The first figure was Cell suddenly pulling away and retreating. The other 2 were him turning back twice in the sky at an extremely fast speed. Interesting. But you are too naive. Turn. Sun Wukong shouted softly, and the 5 energy waves that were unstoppable immediately turned and rushed towards Cell in the sky. Sun Wukong knew Yamcha's air bomb and had long learned to use this principle to make the 6 Meridians divine sword have the function of turning. Soon the whole sky exploded, the atmospheric pressure suddenly dropped, and circles of ring-shaped air waves spread out. A hole was directly punched in the atmosphere, forming a completely vacuum zone. It's a pity that he has just recovered his body and his strength has not yet recovered. Otherwise, he could have defeated Cell in one fell swoop. Sun Wukong couldn't help but sigh. He was in an extremely weak state. Although he had eliminated the virus in his heart, he returned to Earth before he could recover. At this time, his strength was only 2/3. Although he could defeat Cell, he couldn't really kill him because Cell's core was not destroyed. With the cells from Piccolo in his body, he would be able to recover soon. Tisk, it's true that a centipede is still alive even after death. Sun Wukong looked at Cell, who was blown to the point that only his head was left, and he was starting to recover. He couldn't help but feel helpless. In the end, he was not strong enough. Haha, you are nothing but that. You are just a little bit away from killing me. What a pity, it looks like you haven't recovered yet, you seem very weak. Haha. Cell was very excited. As long as Sun Wukong couldn't kill him instantly, he would exhaust him to death. Really, although I am a little weak now. But it is still no problem for me to torture you. Sun Wukong said coldly. Laugh as much as you can. I'll see if you can laugh again later. As soon as the voice fell, Sun Wukong suddenly moved, and his body suddenly disappeared like a ghost. Where did it go? Cell hurriedly looked around, but within a second, Cell's body flew backwards strangely, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. He didn't even see how Sun Wukong attacked. How is this possible? Impossible, I can't even beat a weak you. Cell was a little bit unbelievable. Not only could he not beat Vegeta, but he couldn't even beat a weak Son Goku. This really made him, who was known as the most perfect warrior, feel ashamed. The attack just now was even more fierce than Vegeta's attack. Hey, Kakarot, don't kill him right away. I want him to become a perfect form and then we can fight. Vegeta looked at Son Goku coldly, very dissatisfied. After a year of training in the Spirit Time Chamber, he had reached the third stage of Super Saiyan 1, so he felt that he had the strength to fight against Son Goku. Did you get kicked in the head by a donkey? You are the Saiyan Prince of the fighting nation, right? You like fighting, right? Don't you see what kind of person this Cell is? He exists only for killing. Let him become a perfect form. Do you want Ties and Trunks to die? Sun Wukong was furious. This Saiyan Prince really didn't care about the overall situation. Kakarot, you are too arrogant. I am the genius of the Saiyan race. Why do you say that to me? Today I want to see your true strength. Cell, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and absorb No. 18. I am still waiting to fight with you. Vegeta roared and chose to take the initiative to attack. Vegeta, what do you want to do? Why are you fighting at this time? Sun Wukong was very anxious. This guy is really capable of doing this. In the original work, in order to fight Sun Wukong, Vegeta even let Atom be controlled by Babidi and gained the power of the demon. Now, in order to fight against the perfect form of Cell, he is willing to fight with Sun Wukong and prevent Sun Wukong from rescuing No. 18. Ultimate Flash. The terrifying Qigong wave blasted directly towards Sun Wukong. However, this level of Qigong wave had no effect at all in front of Sun Wukong, who had transformed into a Super Saiyan. Sun Wukong just clapped his hands lightly and threw the Qigong wave directly towards Cell. Are you really going to do this? Sun Wukong said angrily. Cell hurriedly dodged. Vegeta's ultimate flash had little attack power against Sun Wukong, but it would be enough to hurt him. Vegeta, let's join forces. This Sun Wukong is not simple, you alone may not be his opponent. Cell landed behind Vegeta, with a cunning gleam in his eyes. At this moment he still did not forget to provoke the relationship between the two. As expected, when Vegeta heard Cell say that he was no match for Son Goku, he immediately became furious. Get out of here. Who needs to join forces with a piece of trash like you? Kakarot is my opponent. You're just a pathetic insect monster. Vegeta yelled and forced Cell back. However, Cell was not angry at all because of Vegeta's words. Instead, a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, as if his conspiracy had succeeded. Then Cell flew directly to No. 18. He wanted to devour number 18 so that he could become a complete form. By then, no one like Goku or Vegeta would be his opponent. Seeing Cell's actions, Goku was very anxious. Originally, number 18 was not Cell's opponent. At this time, number 18 had almost no combat effectiveness, and could not resist Cell's devouring. You dare to hurt my woman, I will kill you. Sun Wukong moved again, but Vegeta also appeared in front of him and stopped Sun Wukong again. Seeing number 18 being swallowed by Cell, Sun Wukong became angry, and his sharp whip kick with a strong wind swept towards Vegeta like lightning. I'm going to kill you. As fast as lightning. Vegeta couldn't dodge in time, so he quickly hugged his arms in front of him to protect his head. Bang! Sun Wukong's right leg hit Vegeta's arms hard. Vegeta's face changed immediately, and an extremely strong force threw him away, and his arms became numb instantly. This also made him realize that there seemed to be a big gap in strength between him and Sun Wukong, especially in terms of physical strength. Although he didn't want to admit it, it was a fact. Mr. Son Goku, please show mercy. Trunks saw that Son Goku seemed to be going to continue attacking, so he quickly stepped forward to block Son Goku. Get out of here, Trunks. I haven't lost yet, so you don't need to mind your own business. Vegeta was so proud, how could he tolerate his son begging Kakarot for him? Trunks, did you hear me? Get out of the way. Even if the gods come today, they can't stop me from dealing with him. He actually helps outsiders. Sun Wukong punched Trunks away and appeared in front of Vegeta again at an incredible speed. Sun Wukong's iron fist hit Vegeta's cheek again. Looking at the whistling fist, Vegeta gritted his teeth and chose to fight hard. Boom! The fists collided, sending out a huge shock wave. Sun Wukong did not retreat a single step, but Vegeta flew out again, crashing through the entire island and sinking into the seabed. Puff! A mouthful of blood spit out from his mouth. Vegeta was obviously seriously injured. Vegeta, the prince of the fighting Saiyan nation, is this all he has? How disappointing. I thought you were so strong. Haven't you also reached the third stage of Super Saiyan 1? Is this the battle you want? Sun Wukong looked disdainful. Kakarot. Vegeta wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, kicked the ground with one foot, and rushed towards Sun Wukong like an arrow. Go to hell. Vegeta used his hands, feet and knees, like a machine gun, to attack Sun Wukong frantically. Sun Wukong, on the other hand, was like nothing had happened, and did not move, allowing all of Vegeta's attacks to hit him. A golden light appeared on Sun Wukong's body, as if it was the hardest gold or metal, and it kept making a clang 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 sound. Faster, faster. Is this the result of your 1-year training in the time chamber? Is this the strength of Prince Vegeta? You have made the Saiyans lose face. Sun Wukong endured all of Vegeta's attacks while constantly humiliating him. Today, I must teach this guy a lesson about pretending to be awesome and getting struck by lightning. The more he fought, the more boring it became. With his current strength, even if Vegeta became a Super Saiyan 2, he might not be his opponent, not to mention that he was only a Super Saiyan 1, Stage 2. Fighting with you is simply a waste of time. Remember in the future, don't be so arrogant, at least have a sense of the overall situation. You are also a man with a wife and a son, you should always think about them. If they die, what's the use of you being so powerful? After beating Vegeta, Sun Wukong's anger subsided a lot. He knew that it was not realistic to eliminate Vegeta's original character in just a few years, so he could only let him think about it carefully. Fortunately, number 18 was not considered dead after being swallowed. As long as Cell was crippled, he could be rescued. Otherwise, Sun Wukong would really not let Vegeta go. In the distant Karen Tower, Son Gohan, Piccolo and others were overjoyed. Uncle Piccolo, this anger is from Dad. He is back, Dad is finally back. He is fine, that's great. Son Gohan shouted, and he felt full of confidence again. Yes, that guy Son Goku is finally back. It's just that his chi is a little weak, probably because he just recovered and came back. There should be no problem with his body, but his strength is still a little insufficient. Pico shook his head, he felt a little weak behind the powerful chi of Son Goku. But Piccolo immediately smiled bitterly. Even if Son Goku is weak, with his powerful chi, he is much stronger than me. What do I have to worry about? Hey, Uncle Piccolo, Daddy's energy is rising. It's so powerful, it seems like he's fighting something. Son Gohan was outside the Temple of Heaven, feeling the energy of Son Goku in the distance. He felt that this energy suddenly became many times stronger, and the energy fluctuations were getting stronger and stronger. Son Goku should be fighting Cell, and Cell has been suppressed by your father. It seems that we have won. Son Goku and Vegeta have firmly suppressed Cell. Although Piccolo was a little unwilling, his strength has temporarily reached a bottleneck, and he needs to think of other ways to improve his combat effectiveness. No, it's not Daddy who is fighting Cell now, but Daddy and Vegeta. What's going on? Why is Daddy fighting with Vegeta? But Daddy's energy is stronger than Vegeta's. Son Gohan felt that Son Goku's energy and Vegeta's energy were entangled and consumed at a very fast speed, and he immediately knew that the two had fought together. I don't understand why the two of them are fighting at this time. Cell's aura is gradually getting stronger, and No 18's aura has disappeared. Could it be that Cell swallowed number 18 and he is going to become a perfect form? Pico was shocked. It is very likely that Vegeta entangled Goku, so Cell had the opportunity to take advantage of it. Considering Vegeta's personality, it is really possible. Krillin suddenly said at this time, and Yamcha nodded in agreement. That awkward guy could do anything. Tien Shinhan and Jiaozi will be out soon, they have been in the spirit time chamber for more than 10 hours. Krillin, Yamcha, do you want to go in? The servant of the god, Bobo, came over and said. No, Even if I go in now, I won't be able to improve my strength much. It's better to let Gohan and Piccolo go in, they have better ways to deal with Cell. Krillin and Yamcha looked at each other and gave up the plan to enter the Spirit Time Chamber. Anyway, there will be opportunities in the future, so it's better to let Son Gohan and the others go in now. I want to wait for my dad. Uncle Piccolo, you go in first. Son Gohan said to Piccolo. All right then, I'll go in first. You and your son can stay a little longer and wait for me to come out. Haha, this feeling is so good. It's so comfortable, I finally became a perfect form. Son Goku. Vegeta. This time we can have a good fight. Cell, who finally became a perfect form, was in a very good mood at the moment. The mood that had been suppressed by Son Goku and Vegeta was finally released. Vegeta, you are indeed much stronger than in the previous data. But, now you are no longer my opponent, I am already a perfect form, I am the strongest warrior on earth. Haha. The perfect form of Cell was full of confidence at this moment, looking at Vegeta with a hint of amusement, and said in a joking tone. Humph, it's just a hybrid made of a few cells, how dare you be so arrogant? You should know who is standing in front of you. Who is the one who begged for mercy before? Although Vegeta didn't know Cell's current specific strength, he must not lose in momentum. Then let me show you my powerful strength. See if I am still the same as before. After hearing Cell's words, Vegeta instantly transformed into the second stage of Super Saiyan 1. He knew that the first stage of Super Saiyan was definitely not a match for Cell. Bang! Vegeta flew backwards. After he transformed, he had been carefully observing Cell's movements. Cell, who was still standing in the same place a second ago, punched him in the next second. Vegeta covered his stomach with both hands, a little bit unbelievable. How is that possible? How can you be so fast? Vegeta, have you seen my strength? I am absolutely the strongest now. This is the power of the perfect body you expect. How about it, Tremble, Prince Saiyan? Cell said with a proud smile. Very strong, your perfect form is really different. You have at least 50 billion combat power now. Sun Wukong's eyes were slightly solemn. Cell's strength was still within his expectations, but he was weak now. How could I lose to a monster made of cells? I am the Prince of Saiyans. I am the strongest in the universe. Vegeta shouted unwillingly, and immediately counterattacked towards Cell, but now the situation was one-sided, and the situation where he abused Cell before had reversed the roles. Vegeta quickly approached, punched quickly with both hands, and attacked Cell like a storm. However, Cell, who had greatly improved in strength, still looked calm and easily avoided all of Vegeta's attacks. Vegeta, you are not that great as a Saiyan prince. Now you know how powerful I am, a Super Saiyan is just that powerful. Cell challenged. Vegeta's aura rose again, and his fists were so fast that only afterimages could be seen. You've been fighting for so long, it's my turn now. Don't be so arrogant. Cell said, and punched Vegeta in the stomach again, and then kicked Vegeta into the sea. Puff. Vegeta spat out a mouthful of blood, was seriously injured, and quickly exited the Super Saiyan form, losing the ability to fight again. Daddy. Trunks quickly came to Vegeta and fed him a senzu bean. I didn't expect there is such a strong guy like you. Seeing you makes me excited. Not only do I want to defeat you, I also want to rescue my woman. After seeing Trunks treat Vegeta, Sun Wukong looked at Cell and said, Sun Wukong, do you want to challenge me too? You are qualified, but you haven't used your full strength yet. Challenge you. You overestimate yourself. Besides, isn't your goal to kill me? Why are you pretending to be so hypocritical? You and I will have to fight sooner or later. You are right, I must kill you. However, you are not in your best condition right now, and there is nothing to be proud of if I beat you like this. I can let you go this time. Cell has Saiyan cells, and at this moment he became arrogant and did not take Son Goku seriously. However, I don't want to leave like this. It just so happens that I don't like you either, so why don't we have a fight first? Sun Wukong said lightly. It would be a bit difficult to rescue number 18 from Cell's body today, but it was impossible to let him leave like this, so he might as well fight first. Hearing what Sun Wukong said, Cell fell silent, and the two looked at each other face to face. Suddenly, Sun Wukong and Cell exploded at the same time, and the powerful energy fluctuations were like huge stars, causing the surrounding scene to undergo earth-shaking changes. With a flash of light, Cell's body flashed rapidly in the direction of Sun Wukong, and the overflowing energy turned into a free state like water mist. Sun Wukong responded quickly to Cell's actions. His body flashed repeatedly, and he rushed forward, instantly passing through the water mist like energy. Boom! As soon as it touched Cell, a strong Shangyang sword energy was immediately shot out, but this time Cell reacted quickly and blasted out an energy wave, and a huge explosion occurred when they collided. Then a violent, bang bang bang, sound rang out in the sky, leaving only a few afterimages, and Sun Wukong and Cell collided violently. Stepping lightly in the void, his figure swayed like a ghost. No matter what tricky angle Cell attacked from, Sun Wukong would fight back with all his might. Anyway, he had the Vajra indestructible divine art to protect his body, and Cell's current energy could not hurt him. Just stepping on the void, he blocked Cell's countless attacks head-on. Whoosh! The two of them fought, from the sky hit the ground, and then the ground hit the sky. I don't know how many surrounding islands were sunk by the collision of the two people's leaked energy. The rumbling sound of explosions resounded through the sky, and there were figures fighting everywhere. Bang! 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 The two lightning flashes collided with each other and quickly turned back. I saw cyclones generated one after another visible to the naked eye. Those cyclones formed huge circular shock waves that extended from the sky to the seabed, and actually blew the seabed beyond recognition. A huge pit was formed, and countless seawater poured back, forming a huge vortex on the sea surface. At this time, the ground under my feet had become a desert area of nearly 1,000 kilometers due to the impact of the battle. HMPH. What an annoying guy. Your body is really annoying. Cell narrowed his eyes leisurely and stretched out his hands. He felt as if he was fighting a metal man. The force he hit on Sun Wukong seemed to have no effect at all, and a lot of force rebounded back, causing his hands to hurt. You are even more annoying, but I have to admire Dr. Jero, he can actually create something like you. You have fully utilized the recovery ability of Namekians. If not, you don't know how many times you have died. Sun Wukong said lightly, but he felt helpless in his heart. In the previous battle, he had crippled Cell several times, and even blew up half of his body, but he was still recovered again. His current combat power was unable to support him to kill Cell in 1 second. If he didn't have the Vajra indestructible divine art, at least he would be seriously injured at this moment. Cell's figure floated in the air, and then slowly descended, his eyes full of bloody darkness. Cell licked his lips and said, "Your Super Saiyan power makes me look at you with new eyes, and you are still in a weak state. I think with your true power, it must be stronger, I am looking forward to it more and more." After a pause, Cell showed a mocking smile, "But compared to my complete form, you are still far behind. Do you understand what I said?" Seeing that Sun Wukong on the opposite side had not responded, Cell made another, tisk, sound. "I can tell you that I have only used 70% of my fighting power so far. I have never used my full strength. Don't you feel scared?" Cell said to himself, stretching out his fingers. His movements were gentle and he seemed very proud. This was like a child showing off his strengths, waiting for adults to praise him. In Sun Wukong's opinion, Cell's action was a bit childish, perhaps because of the fusion of Saiyan cells. "Oh, then let me see your true power." Sun Wukong's emerald eyes looked at Cell, smiling. Cell smiled, his lips slightly raised, his face full of smiles, as if he was very satisfied with Sun Wukong's reaction. "Haha, of course, to kill an opponent like you, it's worth my full strength. But not now, I'm waiting for you. And Vegeta, I'll wait for you to challenge me again." 3 days later, the martial arts tournament held by Cell will begin. I am the only champion. If no one can defeat me, I will destroy the earth. Cell flew away after saying that. Sun Wukong did not force Cell to stay. He could only injure him now, but could not kill him. If he continued to fight, it would be in vain. The opponent's regeneration ability was too strong, and his energy was endless. Although Sun Wukong's 9-yang magic art was powerful, he had just cultivated to the 5th level after all, and his ability was still very limited, especially in the current situation. Let's go back, and we'll talk about the future later. Vegeta, I hope you can grow up quickly, and don't always deal with things in the same way as before. You are not just one person, you now have ties and trunks. That's all I have to say. If you want to protect them, let's go to the Temple of Heaven, the Spirit Time Chamber there will still be effective for you. After saying that, Sun Wukong ignored Vegeta and his son, grabbed Android 16 on the ground, and teleported back to the Temple of Heaven. As soon as he arrived at the Temple of Heaven, a figure rushed over. Dad, you're finally back. Son Gohan saw Son Goku appear early and rushed over. He had been worried for the past 2 years, fearing that his father would die again. Son Gokong put number 16 down, caught Son Gohan, and said affectionately, "You are 9 years old now, and you can be independent. Dad also knows that you can transform into a Super Saiyan, and he is very happy." When Son Goku was on King Kai's planet, he felt the breath of Son Gohan's transformation into a Super Saiyan, and he was very pleased. The method he left behind was indeed very useful. Where are Trunks and Uncle Vegeta? Haven't they come back yet? Not so fast. Wait. I will come back naturally when I figure it out. Let's go home first. Your mother is worried. Let's go see your two mothers first. After saying hello to Krillin and the others, Sun Wukong teleported back to his home again. When Bulma and Chi-Chi looked at Sun Wukong's figure, they, who were still joking, staged a flying pounce again. After a long period of comfort, Sun Wukong finally persuaded Bulma and Chi-Chi to stop crying. Sun Wuhan's seat had long been squeezed to the side, and he was holding the 1-year-old Sun Wushan in his arms. This is Goten. Very cute, come and smile for your daddy. Sun Wukong took Sun Wushan and thought, this is his own child. He worked hard every day for half a year and it was not in vain. But Bulma was not pregnant yet, which made him feel a little strange. Bulma saw Sun Wukong looking at the child in his hand and then looking at herself. How could she not know what he was thinking? You want me to give birth? That depends on your ability. I'm waiting. After saying that, she licked her cherry red lips, threw a coquettish glance at Son Goku, then turned and walked into her room. This was a naked temptation, which was tolerable, but my uncle couldn't tolerate it. Son Goku handed Son Goten to Chi-Chi, and then immediately turned into a hungry wolf and pounced in. Chi-Chi, who was already a mother of 2 children, was naturally familiar with all this. After taking Son Gohan and Son Goten out, she asked Son Gohan to take good care of Son Goten. Chi-Chi soon joined Son Goku in Bulma's sandwich movement. It was not until the evening that Sun Wukong walked out of the room refreshed, leaving only 2 radiant but weak bodies in the room. After this great sandwich exercise, Sun Wukong recovered a lot and no longer felt weak. However, Son Gohan was already so hungry that his eyes were dizzy. He looked at Sun Wukong pitifully when he came out, looking like a cute little boy. Okay, Daddy knows, I'll make you something delicious right away. Wait for me a minute. Sun Wukong had to cook by himself. The 2 beauties were no longer strong at this time. But at this moment, the system in his mind suddenly rang. This system upgrade is complete, and a new task is issued. Train Sun Wuhan to defeat Cell. Victory will reward 100,000 points, and failure will deduct 10,000 points. No way. You are kidding me, right? I was planning to do it myself, but now you have to do it the same way as before. It can't be that deceptive. But no matter how Sun Wukong cursed, the system still didn't respond. After a long while, Sun Wukong had no choice but to accept it. He felt that he was being tricked by the system again. Sun Wukong quickly prepared dinner, and after dinner, he couldn't wait to enter the system in his mind again. He saw that there was an exchange store in the system, and when he clicked on it, he saw a bunch of things packed inside. There were various martial arts secrets, various elixirs, and even various magic weapons. After careful classification, Sun Wukong discovered that the martial arts secrets included internal and external skills, as well as body skills and some special secrets. And elixirs also include elixirs for healing injuries and improving internal skills, and even elixirs for increasing energy. There are various magical weapons among the magic weapons, and the Sword of Heaven and the dragon-slaying saber are definitely on the list. Each of them has 5 levels, white is elementary, blue is intermediate, purple is advanced, red is top, and gold is super. The 9 Yang magic art is obviously a gold-level martial arts secret book. However, there are not many gold-level martial arts secret books. The internal skills only include the North Sea Magic Art, Yi Jin Jing, Nine Yang Magic Art, Nine Yin Manual, Shantian Gong, and Long Shang Prajna Gong. The external skills only include the 18 Dragon Subduing Palms, 6 Meridians Divine Sword, Vajra Indestructible Magic Art, Sad Palm, and Tai Chi Boxing Sutra. There are actually gold-level body techniques. Oh my god, Lingbo Weibo is fine, that is indeed a super body movement. But what is this Sunflower Manual? It is also a body movement. And the Sunflower Manual requires self-castration. They won't let me castrate myself, will they? Pass. Although he said so. Sun Wukong's mind was still involuntarily attracted by the Sunflower Manual. This special martial arts that exists in the hearts of countless martial arts fans is a very curious thing. Of course, he absolutely has no intention of self-castration. It is purely academic curiosity, and each gold one requires expensive points to redeem. Sun Wukong took a look and found that the gold-level martial arts secrets actually required 1 billion points. He couldn't help but secretly gasp. This is too exaggerated. He completed a task and the system only rewarded him with 10,000 points. It would take him a long time to redeem these golden super martial arts secrets. At this time, Sun Wukong discovered that in the redemption store, there were instructions on how to get points. If you want to get points, you can complete tasks issued by the system, but the points you get from this are relatively small. The second is to fight with enemies, and you will get corresponding points if you win. Among them, if you defeat an enemy with combat power equal to that of Super Saiyan 1, you can get 10,000 points once. If you defeat an enemy with combat power equal to that of Super Saiyan 2, you can get 100,000 points. An enemy with combat power equal to that of Super Saiyan 2 can get 1 million points, and an enemy with combat power equal to that of Super Saiyan 4 can get 10 million points. And if you defeat an enemy at the level of the God of Destruction, you can get 100 million points. Defeating an angel can get 500 million points, and defeating a powerful person at the level of the Great Priest and the Dragon God can get 10 billion points. In addition, each enemy can only be counted as a point once a month, and the extra times will not be counted into the points system. Shit, shit, shit. Sun Wukong cursed 3 times in a row. This was too much of a rip-off. The God of Destruction. Angel. High Priest. These were the top beings in each universe, and their combat power could not be calculated at all. Especially the High Priest, no one knew how strong he was. The Dragon God. No one had ever seen him, and no one knew where he was. Is it so difficult to exchange for a golden martial arts secret book? Fortunately, I have the 9 Yang Magic Art. If there are no accidents, the system will have tasks for me to obtain the last 3 levels. I don't have to worry about this. It's just that this Vajra Indestructible Magic Art can only be exchanged, which is too bad. Sun Wukong enjoyed the benefits of the Vajra Indestructible Magic Art, so naturally he wanted to obtain a higher level of cultivation method, but it seems that there is no good way at present. Seeing but not getting. Sun Wukong looked at the things in these stores and was very greedy. He even wanted to rob them directly, but for some reason, he just couldn't touch these things. He could only wait for the system to send them out before they would become real objects, which made him feel helpless. Forget it, since I can't get it now, I won't look at it. The system said that enemies equivalent to Super Saiyan 2 can get 100,000 points. So if the perfect form of Cell evolves into Lightning Cell, doesn't it mean Super Saiyan 2? For 100,000 points, I'll put up with you. Son Goku finally decided to train Son Gohan to defeat Cell and stimulate him to evolve to the final Lightning Cell level, so that he can get this, pitiful, 100,000 points. After staying at home for a day, Son Goku took Son Gohan back to the Temple of Heaven again. As soon as they arrived at the Temple of Heaven, they saw Vegeta and Trunks had arrived. Although Vegeta didn't say anything, he was ashamed of being beaten up by Son Goku before. Kakarot, let's forget about this matter. I won't let you hit me again. This time, you and Gohan go into the Chamber of Spirits and Time first. We will go in on our last day. This time, I must kill Cell first. After this experience, Vegeta has matured a lot. He is no longer so willful and reckless. He even took the initiative to make peace. Son Goku smiled and said, as long as you have figured it out, it's fine. After all, there are only a few Saiyans left, and I don't want to kill you with my own hands one day. This is the best way now. Let's go in first. Son Goku took Son Gohan into the Chamber of Spirits and Time. Gohan, if we want to break through the limits of Super Saiyan, we need to do some additional training. You should transform into a Super Saiyan like me first. Goku said to Gohan. Then we have to keep this up for a whole year. Dad, the Super Saiyan state consumes a lot of energy. I can't maintain it for too long. Son Gohan whispered. It's okay, we'll start slowly from the beginning and wait for you to get used to the Super Saiyan state. We'll move on to the next step. Soon, a month passed in the Spirit Time Chamber. Son Gohan's talent was naturally beyond words. He had completely adapted to the state of constantly transforming into a Super Saiyan. Next, we will proceed to the second step, which is to maintain the Super Saiyan state and fight. This is more difficult, Gohan, you must hold on. Son Goku also felt that he seemed to be approaching the full power stage of Super Saiyan 1, so he began to further improve Son Gohan. In the original work, Son Gohan was more talented than Son Goku, and the old bird originally wanted Son Gohan to be the protagonist in the future, but Dragon Ball fans opposed it in large numbers, so Son Gohan was made into a scholar. But now that Son Goku himself has such a powerful martial arts secret, he is naturally not afraid that Son Gohan will surpass him. Another month later. Dad, this is so difficult. Every time I get hit by you, my energy is depleted very quickly. I can't sustain it at all. It's okay, try again. You can do it, come on, Gohan. Another half-year passed, and Son Goku finally reached the full power stage of Super Saiyan 1. Now he would not consume much energy even if he maintained this Super Saiyan state, not to mention that his energy became extremely deep after he possessed the 9-yang magic skill. Son Gohan also gradually got used to the state of Super Saiyan transformation, and could maintain it for a long time even in battle, but he had not yet reached the state of full power. Finally, Goku and Gohan stayed in the Spirit Time Chamber for a whole year, and Goku also stimulated Gohan to reach the full power of Super Saiyan 1 ahead of time, which was earlier than the original. Kakarot, you are. Vegeta was surprised to see that Goku and his son had remained in the Super Saiyan state. I think this way of dealing with Cell should be more effective, and it can reduce the consumption of our transformation into Super Saiyans. Do you want to try it? Sun Wukong said lightly, knowing that with Vegeta's pride, he would definitely not agree with his idea at this moment. Tisk, I don't need to do this with you, I naturally have my own way to improve my strength. Wait and see, I will definitely deal with Cell myself. After saying that, he took Trunks into the Spirit Time room. Gohan, we still have 1 day left, let's keep this state. And keep a peaceful mind and don't let the outside world interfere with us. Sun Wukong said. Yeah, got it, Dad. Regardless of what happened in the temple, after Cell announced the upcoming Cell Games, the eyes of the world were on the venue of this game, because this time it was related to the survival of the Earth. Whether it was warriors or ordinary people, they were all concerned about this battle that would determine the fate of the Earth. In a town near the West capital, a black-haired little girl stared angrily at a man's face. Satan looked at his daughter helplessly. Vital, Dad is going to participate in the Cell Games this time. This is a great operation to save the world. You must support him. Humph, every time you leave, it takes several years. No, I have undergone special training and I am now very strong. Satan showed off his muscles and kicked the hanging sandbags in midair. Huh, how's that? Satan panted and wiped his sweat, feeling completely exhausted. Daddy is so awesome. Bidily said with eyes full of admiration. Ha, of course, ha 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 ha. Satan held his head high and laughed. Satan had many flaws and loved to take advantage of others, but he had a sense of justice. As a martial artist on Earth, he had to stand up at this time. I'm leaving. Satan waved his hand and drove away in a flash. Of course, there are many people like Satan who have the will to save the world. They have come from all over the world and gathered at the venue of Cell Game. The United Kingdom also took the Cell Games very seriously. In addition to appeasing people all over the world, the kingdom also sent a large number of troops to destroy Cell. Unfortunately, millions of troops, as well as countless planes and tanks, were all reduced to ashes by Cell's one move. In the end, the kingdom could only select powerful martial artists from all over the world and send a large number of talents to broadcast the Cell Games live. The host was the blonde host of the world's #1 martial arts tournament. As a senior martial arts tournament host, the blonde host has always been eager to comment on high-intensity martial arts competitions. A few days later, at the venue of the Cell Games, a small place that was not well known originally, attracted the attention of everyone on Earth because of a decisive match. In the center was a square arena with a side length of 100 meters. A sharp stone pillar stood on each of the four corners. Cell stood in the center of the martial arts arena with his eyes closed, waiting for the challenger to arrive. How long is it from now until the start of the Cell Games? There are 30 minutes left, and powerful martial artists from all over the world are arriving one after another. Look, Mr. Satan, Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Upa, these powerful people who have experienced the world's #1 martial arts competition have arrived. The camera turned and faced Satan and others who were doing warm-up exercises. Looking at the camera, Satan made a fancy victory pose, put his hands on his hips, and laughed wildly. Satan's laughing face was transmitted to all parts of the world through the camera, and the world was boiling for a while. Satan, we support you. Upa, defeat that Cell. Let that guy see the power of us Earthlings. In the streets and alleys, the crowds erupted in warm applause, and they all looked excited, as if with the appearance of these martial artists. Cell would definitely lose. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the blonde host continued, I have an exciting news for you all. According to the news from the king's office, Mr. Son Goku, Mr. Tien Shinhan, Mr. Krillin, they will also participate in this competition. Look, they are here. The camera was aimed at the blue sky, where more than a dozen rays of light neatly crossed the sky and then fell together. With their arrival, ordinary human strongmen like Satan seemed to have lost their luster in an instant and became much dimmer. Mr. Sun Wukong, I am glad to see you again. This time the Earth is finally saved. You will definitely save us like Piccolo did back then, right? The blonde host was very happy to see Sun Wukong, but what he said made Piccolo behind him a little embarrassed. Tisk, stupid human. Piccolo said coldly. I think it should be fine. You should leave here. It's very dangerous here. Sun Wukong advised. These ordinary humans could be blown to pieces by a trace of energy leaked out after an energy collision. It's okay. With you here, we will be fine. Hosting this kind of high-level battle is what I pursue in life, said the blonde host. Although this blonde host looked the same as he remembered before. Sun Wukong always had a feeling that there seemed to be another face under the appearance of this blonde host, and his intuition was very dangerous. He carefully observed this familiar yet unfamiliar blonde host, feeling a little uneasy. The martial arts tournament started soon, and several Earth martial artists who overestimated their own abilities went up to challenge, but they were all a bunch of instant goods, and were all knocked away by Cell's punch, turning into countless blood rain in the air. The scene seemed to have entered hell mode. A bunch of losers dare to challenge me, they really don't know how to live or die. This is so scary. Satan was trembling all over. Fortunately, he was a step slower, otherwise he would have suffered the same fate. Now, let's enter hell mode. Tremble, Earthlings. You've angered me. Cell seemed to have become a different person, much more violent. Countless onlookers fled. They no longer had the same celebration mood as before. They just wished their parents had given them 2 more legs. Cell, these are ordinary people, is it necessary to do this? Sun Wukong stood directly in front of Cell and blocked his attack. Humph, after I defeat you, I will kill you and destroy the Earth. Killing them now is no big deal, they are just ants. Hearing Cell's gloomy tone, Sun Wukong noticed that there was a hint of ruthlessness in his eyes, but Cell was originally a ruthless person, and he had already killed tens of millions of humans. Now these ordinary people are nothing to him. Son Goku, Vegeta, why don't you come on stage? I don't have the patience to play like this any longer. Cell said to Son Goku and others. Who will go first? Sun Wukong looked around and felt that something was a bit strange. He was not interested in taking action yet. I'll go first. You guys don't have a chance to go on stage, watch me beat him. Vegeta flew directly onto the stage. Vegeta, I can see that you have grown a lot in the past few days. Very good, very good. I will return all the humiliation you gave me before. Before Cell evolved to his perfect form, he was beaten to a pulp by Vegeta. Now he wants to return it all. Humph, I am much stronger now than I was 3 days ago. Let me see how powerful a hybrid like you is. Ah. Hey. Vegeta directly transformed into a stage beyond Super Saiyan, and raised his chi to the highest level. Vegeta's normal combat power actually reached 800 million, which is good. It seems that Cell put a lot of pressure on him. Unfortunately, it is still not enough. Even if he transforms into a Super Saiyan, his combat power is only 40 billion at most. Moreover, his transformation of this level cannot be maintained for too long. He still didn't listen to me. Sun Wukong felt Vegeta's momentum, which surprised him a little, but then he sighed again. Among the Saiyans, except Broly and himself, other Saiyans can rarely reach a 50-fold increase. Even if they can reach 50 times for a short time, they will gradually reduce the increase multiples due to excessive consumption. And finally only about 10 to 30 times. In 3 days, you have become so much stronger. I really admire you. Sharu was also surprised. He didn't know that there was a spiritual time house in the Temple of the Gods. Humph. Let me destroy you with my own hands today. It is a shame that you have our Saiyan cells. Vegeta was very satisfied with Cell's accident. He had been practicing like hell in the spirit time chamber. Anyone can say that. If you have the guts, come on and see who is the strongest. Cell has Saiyan cells, so he is naturally arrogant and will not tolerate anyone more arrogant than him. Vegeta moved and attacked Cell at an extremely fast speed. Too slow. Vegeta's extremely fast punch was easily dodged by Cell. How is that possible? Vegeta, I'm surprised that you've improved so much, but you still can't beat me. Vegeta's full power is only 40 billion combat power, which is 20 billion less than Cell's perfect form. Vegeta quickly punched and hit Cell again. Vegeta, let me show you my great power. Ah. Cell was increasing his energy, emitting a green-black aura all over his body. The ground began to tremble violently, and huge cracks appeared around the ring in an instant, as if a huge earthquake was coming. How could Cell be so strong? This is too scary. Are we going to fight such a strong opponent? Krillin couldn't even watch the battle. The strong hurricane was about to blow him away, and the Earthlings who came to cheer for Satan were blown away by the strong airflow. If Sun Wukong hadn't been kind enough to block a lot of power for these humans, it is estimated that only a few of the tens of thousands of people would have survived. No, Cell's aura is a little different from 3 days ago. Why has it become so cold? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Sun Wukong felt that Cell's aura was very strange. Although most of it was the same as theirs, there was a little difference inside that he couldn't explain. Vegeta quickly attacked Cell again. He couldn't believe that after improving his fighting power so much, he was still inferior to Cell. Bang! 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 Cell didn't dodge and went straight up. The two fought, but Cell only increased his fighting power to 50 billion, and he didn't use his full strength yet. He was just playing with Vegeta. Vegeta also saw Cell's attitude and seemed even more angry and unwilling. Cell, take this. Ultimate Flash. Haha, Ultimate Flash. I can do that too. Let me show you how powerful my special move is. Ultimate Flash. When Cell saw Vegeta use his special move, he also released the Ultimate Flash. The two of them stretched out their hands and pushed the huge energy wave forward. Boom. The two Ultimate Flashes collided violently between the two of them, causing a huge explosion. How is that possible? How do you know my special move? You only saw it once last time. Not only your moves, I know all of your moves, don't forget that I have your cells in my body. Cell said proudly, but when he said this, he looked at Sun Wukong, because he couldn't use the 6 Meridians Divine Sword move that Sun Wukong used that day. That kind of energy is very powerful, with super penetrating ability, and it can also cause a powerful explosion, but he just can't release it. Sun Wukong's unique move, the 6 Meridians Divine Sword, is certainly not so easy to use. Otherwise in the demigods and semi-devils, the 6 monks of the Tianlong Temple would not have practiced together. Moreover, the 6 Meridians Divine Sword is completely different from the world of this dimension, so Cell can't use it at all. Only Sun Wukong can use it, even if he wants to teach others, no one can learn it. He himself can only learn it by relying on the convenience of the system. You ugly. I will kill you. Vegeta was extremely angry and attacked Cell again. Haha, let me, this ugly, teach you a lesson. See how the ugly in your mouth ravages you. Cell was very angry about the nickname that Vegeta gave him. Now he has the most outstanding fighting talent, how can he be insulted like this? Bang! 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 Cell beat Vegeta's body wildly. At this moment, Vegeta didn't even have the strength to resist in his hands. Cell is so strong, Vegeta is no match for Cell. Goku, what should we do? Krillin said worriedly. Sun Wukong looked at the ring with full of fighting spirit. At this moment he really wanted to go up immediately. You are nothing but a piece of shit, and you are the prince of the Saiyans. You are nothing but a piece of shit, and you deserve to die. Cell felt that he had beaten him enough, and he was about to step on Vegeta's head, he wanted to crush his head. Oh no, this Cell seems to have become even more violent. Sun Wukong was shocked and quickly sent out a 6 Meridians divine sword from the ring to stop Cell's killing. Whoosh! Cell only had time to dodge, but the green sword energy soon pierced through his hard shell, and even passed through dozens of mountains behind him, disappearing in the distance. You. What do you mean by you? I will fight you sooner or later. But you want to kill my friends in front of me. It's impossible. Sun Wukong said lightly, as if defeating Cell was nothing to be proud of. What he cared about was Cell's current attitude. According to the situation 3 days ago, Cell should not be so ruthless so soon. There must be something strange here. So, who will come on next? Cell looked at Son Goku and the others again. Trunks flew onto the stage. Trunks, your strength should be the same as Vegeta's, it has improved a lot. Yes, I have improved a lot from practicing with my father. I want to avenge my father. Trunks did not hide it and nodded in acknowledgement. Then let me see how much your strength has improved. Ha! Trunks turned into the 3rd stage of Super Saiyan 1, and his momentum was no less than that of Cell now. Trunks seems to be more powerful, maybe the Earthling genes in him are showing. His normal combat power has reached 850 million. If Cell doesn't continue to improve his combat power, he may not be able to beat Trunks. Sun Wukong thought secretly in his heart that after coming out of the spirit time chamber for the 2nd time, Trunks actually surpassed Vegeta. Maybe he was stimulated by these artificial people and became much stronger. Trunks, you really surprised me. Trunks' body was wrapped in golden flames, and he felt extremely powerful at this moment. Cell's aura was green and black, which looked very strange. The two looked at each other, and the ring became extremely quiet in an instant. The next moment, the two moved at the same time, leaving only 2 flames colliding in the air. The figures of the two could not be seen at all, and only the sound of the two colliding could be heard. Boom! The aftermath of the collision between the two produced a huge explosion, as if it was even stronger than a nuclear explosion, and the ring was almost destroyed by the two. Trunks is so powerful that he can evenly fight Cell. Son Gohan was a little surprised to see that Trunks could fight Cell to a draw. It's okay, you will be stronger. You can do better than him, have confidence. Trunks started to take a detour, if Cell could find out at this time. After a year of training in the Spirit Time Chamber, Son Gohan can already transform into a Super Saiyan 1 at full power. There is no difference in combat power between him and Trunks' current semi-muscular state, but he lacks confidence, so he seems very unconfident. Son Goku comforted Son Gohan and said nothing more. He watched the battle on the stage seriously, revealing a fighting spirit. Piccolo, Krillin and others have completely become spectators. They don't have the strength to fight in this kind of battle even if they want to. Piccolo might be able to hold on for a few moves, but in the end he would be defeated miserably. The two people in the fight suddenly stopped and fell onto the ring. I can't believe that you, Trunks, can be so strong. Although your fighting power has become much stronger, your speed is too slow. You will definitely lose next time. Cell said viciously. At this time, Trunks was full of muscles and looked very strong. But this abnormal growth was also deformed and sacrificed speed. Sure enough, in the following battle, Trunks was completely helpless against Cell, and he couldn't even touch the edge of Cell. How could this happen? Trunks was unwilling to accept it. You pay too much attention to strength. You should know that speed and strength are both indispensable in a fight. You are going in the wrong direction. Next, you should think more about what is the strongest. Sun Wukong asked Trunks to come back, and Cell did not stop him. He knew that Sun Wukong would definitely not let him kill anyone. If he wanted to kill someone, he had to defeat him first. Sun Wukong, this arena means nothing to us. It will only restrict our fists and feet. How about we ignore the rules of this arena? I have no objection, but you are the champion now, and I am the last boss level 1 on my side, so I don't need to make a move now. Gohan, you go. Give yourself some confidence, you can do it. Sun Wukong turned to Sun Wuhan and asked him to go first. But Dad, I can't do it. Sun Gohan was a little surprised. He felt that his fighting power was about the same as Vegeta's. Vegeta was beaten like this, how could he do it? Don't be afraid, you are facing such a strong enemy now. You must remember, never give up, and use your strongest ability. Just imagine, if you fail, your mother, me, and Piccolo will all be killed. Use your strongest power. Kill him. Son Goku said seriously. He knew that Son Gohan did have this potential, because when he forced Son Gohan in the Spirit Time Chamber, he actually saw the potential of Son Gohan to break through Super Saiyan 2. Son Gohan needs an opportunity, and now Cell is obviously that opportunity. You actually look down on me so much that you let a little brat fight me again. I won't be easily stopped by you this time. You have to think it over. If I kill him, don't blame me. Cell naturally wouldn't tolerate anyone being more arrogant than him, and Son Goku's attitude clearly looked down on him, which made him angry. He decided to kill Son Gohan no matter what to vent his hatred. That depends on your ability. Sun Wukong shrugged, not thinking that Cell could do it. Sun Wukong wanted to fight Cell now, but for the system's reward. On the other hand, he felt that there seemed to be some conspiracy in the dark, as if someone was spying on him, so he had to be prepared for any eventuality. Even if Sun Wuhan was defeated, there was still a chance. As the last one to appear, he would make Cell more afraid. Then don't blame me, kid. I'm going to kill you. Cell yelled, and flew directly towards Son Gohan, attacking first. He wanted to make a quick decision. Boom. Cell was fast, but Son Gohan was not slow either. He transformed directly into Super Saiyan 1 at full power. He looked at Cell solemnly, and suddenly his figure disappeared quickly. He reappeared, and he had actually come to Cell and was kicking Cell in the head. Bang! Cell blocked Gohan's attack with his arm, but the powerful energy still created a huge crack in the ground behind him. Gohan disappeared again in an instant, and when he appeared again, he came to Cell, clasped his fists like a hammer and smashed down on Cell. Humph. Too naive. Cell snorted coldly, and his figure suddenly disappeared. Instead, he appeared behind Son Gohan and sent a Qigong wave to Son Gohan's back. Son Gohan didn't react for a while, and was hit hard in the back by Cell, and was knocked forward. Swish, swish, swish. Son Gohan did dozens of somersaults and quickly stabilized his body. He stepped on the ground with both feet and attacked Cell again. Cell opened his right hand and a series of energy balls flew towards Son Gohan. Try Frieza's continuous energy bombs. Son Gohan used all his strength at this moment, dodging quickly and continuously, even stepping on the energy bombs fired by Cell and flying towards Cell. Magic Light Cannon. Son Gohan kept dodging Cell's energy bombs, which was beyond Cell's expectation. Even Vegeta couldn't get to him so easily. Seeing that Son Gohan had come to him, Cell was caught off guard and could only forcibly increase his energy and directly took Son Gohan's Magic Light Cannon. Boom! A huge mushroom cloud rose up, and the entire arena in front of Son Gohan no longer existed. Only a large pit of hundreds of meters in size and dozens of meters deep remained. The Magic Light Cannon exploded on Cell's body, and the explosion produced a huge gust of wind, which made Krillin and others unable to open their eyes. Whoosh! After using this move, Son Gohan began to breathe heavily. He had just used the Magic Light Cannon with all his strength, which consumed a lot of his physical strength. This was also one of Piccolo's strongest attack methods. But when the smoke from the explosion dissipated, Cell gradually appeared in front of everyone. He was a little embarrassed, but he was not even slightly injured. How is it possible? Gohan's magic light cannon had clearly hit him. Seeing that Cell was not seriously injured, Piccolo was very surprised. No one knew the power of the magic light cannon better than him, especially with Son Gohan's current combat power. When he released it with all his strength, it would have been extremely powerful. Haha, Son Gohan, I have to say, your move really surprised me. I was almost injured by this move. As expected of Son Goku's son, you have a strong fighting talent. You actually know how to do this. I look at you with new eyes. Although Cell said it lightly, his tone shocked everyone. He would definitely not let Son Gohan go next time. You really have hidden your strength. I noticed something was wrong from the beginning of the battle. You really are much stronger than we are now. Your perfect form is really different. Son Gohan smiled bitterly. The moves he used with all his strength were useless. This showed that Cell was much stronger than him. But he didn't understand why his father still wanted him to fight. Could he really beat this Cell? At this time, Son Goku also saw the unconfident look in Son Gohan's eyes. He made a fierce gesture, asking Son Gohan to continue and not give up. My dear son, you have to force Cell into the lightning form quickly, which will be the strength of Super Saiyan 2. Then, I can beat him and get 100,000 points. Come on, Gohan son. Goku cheered for Gohan in his heart. Oh, I didn't expect you to figure it out. I underestimated you. Your strength looks the same as Vegeta's, but in fact, you are stronger than him in this state, which is beyond my expectation. Now let me show you my true strength. Ah, hey. Shalu yelled, his aura rising and becoming more intense. This Cell has become so powerful. How can the perfect form be so powerful? Vegeta was very unwilling. It was he who made Cell become the perfect form. Son Goku already knew Cell's strength, so there was no surprise. He looked at Son Gohan, but found that the little guy was full of fighting spirit. Yes, that's it. That's it, Gohan. Sun Wukong thought to himself. Cell finally showed all his strength and raised his combat power to 60 billion. Ah! Ha! Son Gohan also began to explode, and soon the golden flames rose up, and the ground began to shake violently. At this moment, Son Gohan's full power combat power has exceeded 50 billion. This kid has surpassed me without even realizing it. Vegeta felt that Son Gohan's aura was much stronger than his. I didn't expect you to have such strength. It seems that I underestimated you, but your strength may not be enough. Cell was a little surprised at the strength shown by Son Gohan at this moment. Of course, under the training of Son Goku, Son Gohan is much stronger than the original under normal circumstances. Coupled with his extraordinary talent, he is only slightly worse than Cell at this moment. Son Gohan didn't say much to Cell this time, and he attacked Cell directly. Bang! 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 The two quickly started fighting, but Cell didn't try his best. He continued to test the limits of Son Gohan. Little boy, your current strength is only equal to mine before, so you are no match for me. Cell was proud. This Son Gohan was no match for him at all. Boom! 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 Son Gohan seemed to have become a different person, extremely cold and ruthless. The next moment, the two disappeared at the same time, flew back into the air, and started fighting. The people watching the fight below could only see the golden and green-black ripples emitted by the continuous collision, as well as the sound of the air explosion caused by the collision. They are so fast, I can't see them clearly at all. Tien Shinhan's third eye kept turning, trying to catch the figures of the two, but unfortunately he couldn't keep up. Bang! Suddenly, the figures of the two appeared, and Cell punched Son Gohan and knocked him to the ground, but Son Gohan quickly stabilized his body in midair and then shot towards Cell again. Seeing this, Cell sent out a series of energy balls again, and Son Gohan kept dodging and slowly approached Cell. Bang! Son Gohan dodged all the energy balls again and came in front of Cell, punching him quickly. Cell reacted immediately and punched Son Gohan directly. Boom! The two of them retreated a distance, but Son Gohan obviously retreated farther. Ah! After Son Gohan stabilized his body, he attacked Cell again. This time, Cell was unable to react and was hit hard in the face by Son Gohan. Then, in a quick combo, he used his knee to hit Cell's stomach hard. Swoosh! Cell was knocked back. However, he stabilized after flying for a distance. At the same time, his figure suddenly disappeared and appeared behind Son Gohan in an instant, kicking towards Son Gohan. Bang! Son Gohan did not expect Cell's counterattack to be so fast, and was kicked to the ground by Cell. Kameha. Son Gohan also counterattacked immediately with a Kamehameha wave. But time was short and he didn't gather much strength. Seeing this, Cell also sent a Kamehameha wave. Boom! The two Qigong waves collided in mid-air and a strong explosion occurred again. There was a strong airflow everywhere. Except for Son Goku and Vegeta, there was no one else within 100 meters. Son Gohan quickly came to Cell with a few flashes and punched Cell in the stomach. Cell also counterattacked on the spot and punched Son Gohan in the face. Bang! 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 Both of them were injured again, but soon they launched a fierce attack on each other again. So exciting. I didn't expect Gohan to grow so much in just one day in the Spirit Time Chamber. Krillin was excited watching the two fight, feeling very excited. The Earth is saved now. Kakarot and his son are both perverts. I can't just give up like this, I must keep working hard. Trunks and I are the strongest father and son. Vegeta saw Son Gohan's performance and secretly decided to continue working hard on his training. He actually slowly mastered his own strength through the battle with Cell, not bad. It seems that Gohan will be able to break through to Super Saiyan 2 soon, I am really looking forward to it. I can't fall behind, I am the protagonist. Hehe. Son Goku was very excited to see that Son Gohan actually began to break through to the limit of Super Saiyan 1. The battle lasted for 3 hours. Both Son Gohan and Cell were seriously injured, but Cell had some infinite energy in Piccolo's cells, and soon he returned to normal. On the other hand, Son Gohan's energy began to decrease. Such a high-intensity battle consumes a lot of energy. If it were him before, he would have given up and been defeated. Whoosh whoosh. Son Gohan's forehead was covered in sweat and he was breathing heavily. Even if he could reach the full power of Super Saiyan 1 after such a long period of high-intensity fighting, he might not be able to last that long. Kid, your strength has far exceeded my expectations. Take my last move. Son Gohan heard this and looked at Cell with serious eyes. He began to gather his last energy. His condition was not very good at the moment. Ultimate Flash. A golden energy ball condensed in Cell's hand, and as he finished speaking, it was pushed out directly. Came. Pai. Chi. Gong. Seeing this, Son Gohan blasted out a Kamehameha wave, and the two of them fought against each other for the last wave. The golden and blue energy balls collided between the two, but there was no explosion. The two beams of light began to wrestle. However, Cell in his complete form was still stronger, and Son Gohan's combat power was much weaker. In the end, he was suppressed back. Seeing the two extremely powerful energy waves entangled together getting closer and closer to Son Gohan. Son Goku's palms were full of sweat. He wanted to go over and help Son Gohan defeat Cell directly, but he was worried that it would interfere with Son Gohan's opportunity to transform into Super Saiyan 2. This kind of breakthrough at the critical moment of life and death is always more effective than the one that requires anger. Son Goku knew that. Son Gohan had already reached the critical point of breakthrough at this moment, and he needed some pressure. But as a father, he would always worry that this was a blood relationship and had nothing to do with strength. Goku, hurry up and save him, Gohan is in danger. Piccolo actually wanted to go over and save Son Gohan, but he knew that it would be useless if he went up. Piccolo, don't interfere. Gohan must bear this pressure by himself. He must break through this strong pressure himself. The lives of the Saiyans are at stake. Sun Wukong stopped Piccolo's action. Boom. Son Gohan finally failed. The full power of Super Saiyan 1 could not defeat the perfect form of Cell. Son Gohan's original position was instantly covered by bursts of smoke. Gohan, Krillin, Tien Shinhan and the others flew over, not caring about the danger at the moment. But Sun Wukong ignored them and focused his eyes on the little figure in the smoke. He was worried. Please don't get into trouble. Gohan, you can do it, you definitely can do it. Haha, Sun Wukong, your son is dead. Come on, it's our turn. Haha. Cell was extremely happy at the moment. What could be more satisfying than killing the target's relatives and making the target suffer? Oh, do you really think so? Then I can only say, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Open your dog eyes and see if Wuhan is really dead. I think it's you who will die. Sun Wukong was not angry at all, but smiled faintly, because he felt an extremely strong energy appear. What? Impossible, I don't believe Sun Gohan is still alive. Cell was a little bit unbelievable, he believed that his attack would never go wrong. Goku, you. Krillin suddenly felt that he couldn't see through Son Goku. They didn't sense any trace of Son Gohan at all. Sun Wukong, that's your son, you actually. As the godfather of Son Gohan, Piccolo could not bear to see Son Gohan die in front of him, so he rushed up to avenge Son Gohan. Piccolo was extremely angry. Even if he was no match for Cell, he would still go up to avenge Son Gohan. Wait, Piccolo. Let Gohan take revenge on his own. Son Goku put a hand on Piccolo's shoulder to stop him from flying up. Sun Wukong, you don't want to seek revenge, so why are you trying to stop me? Piccolo thought Sun Wukong was too cold-blooded. Ah! Suddenly, the whole ground was covered with yellow sand, and the golden light suddenly burst into dazzling light. The smoke dissipated. Son Gohan raised his head, and his body seemed to rise straight up without consciousness. The golden light on his body was constantly strengthening, and his momentum was also rising. Crack! It was like breaking some boundaries. Son Gohan was about to enter the level of Super Saiyan 2, but his momentum was still rising. An invisible ripple was centered on the North Milky Way and spread out rapidly, reaching a speed of hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light. After a while, the tiny ripples had covered the entire Milky Way. What's going on? Cell stared at the Super Saiyan in front of him with wide eyes. It was incredible that Son Gohan could survive, and the strange phenomenon that happened to Son Gohan at this time made him even more dumbfounded. He couldn't help but show a shocked expression. Finally broke through, this silly boy. The task issued by the system can finally be completed. Breaking through to Super Saiyan 2, this aura is not even inferior to mine. It seems that when I break through Super Saiyan 2, I will be even more shocked. Sun Wukong raised his head and looked at it with flickering eyes. He felt that his heart was about to jump out. He was extremely excited. This is the aura of Super Saiyan 2. Clang clang clang. The crystal light flickered, and the golden light suddenly burst out. The strange and violent airflow rose upwards. A pair of green eyes were bottomless and without any luster. A bunch of hair on the forehead rushed up to the sky. Crackling. The silver-white arc kept flashing, and the momentum suddenly unfolded. A brutal whirlwind quickly spread out from this center. Super Saiyan 2. Is this Son Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 state? His aura is too strong, isn't it? Although Vegeta had never seen Super Saiyan 2, he thought of Son Goku's expression at the moment and Son Gohan's aura, and quickly guessed Son Gohan's strength. You are not dead yet, I will do it again. Son Gohan, prepare to die. Cell roared. Really? I want to kill you too. A cold voice came out from Son Gohan's mouth. He was very different from before. He was more decisive now. Bang! Before Cell could fly up, he was hit in the chest by a figure, and his whole waist was bent into a bow shape. The extremely powerful energy even penetrated his body and smashed a mountain into pieces. Ah! No! Impossible! Wow! Cell was hit so hard that he couldn't move. He spat out countless green liquids from his mouth, which showed that he was in great pain. Crackling. The lightning around Son Gohan continued to sound, more like a god of war. You are too weak. Bang! 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 Son Gohan attacked again, hitting Cell continuously, almost 10,000 times in an instant. The bones in Cell's body had been completely shattered. Even with his strong recovery ability, it would take some time to recover. After recovering, Cell actually began to vomit violently. After a while, wow, sounded, and a figure was spit out from his mouth. It was No. 18. Cell ran over and wanted to absorb number 18 into his body again, but someone was faster. Swoosh. Sun Wukong arrived at No 18's side and picked her up without caring that she was covered in green liquid. Bang. Just when Cell was halfway through his run, he was knocked out by Son Gohan again. After a while, another figure appeared. It was No. 17. Cell also changed back to his original first form, which was extremely ugly. After he spit out number 18 and number 17, he returned to his original form. That's great. Krillin was overjoyed when he saw Cell like this. In this way, even Piccolo can completely defeat Cell, and the Earth is finally safe. This is impossible, I am already in my perfect form. Why am I still losing? Cell held his stomach and couldn't stand up. Son Gohan's damage was too strong. You should realize that we Super Saiyans are the strongest. We are not comparable to monsters with mixed cells like you. Son Gohan, who transformed into a Super Saiyan, became arrogant. This is also a side effect of the Super Saiyan. No, I don't believe it. I am the strongest. Cell went crazy, but now he couldn't even beat Piccolo, let alone now. Dear audience, did you see that? After the green monster spewed out 2 humans from its mouth, it changed its appearance again. It seems that our Earth is saved. It is these heroes who saved all the humans on our Earth. At this time, the blonde host in the distance actually used the camera to broadcast everything here back to the people all over the world, letting them know that Sun Wukong and his people are the last heroes. Among the ordinary martial artists now, except for Satan, all the others who gathered here are dead. Satan also entered the world's vision together with Sun Wukong and his people. Countless fans of Satan cheered for him, which made him more popular. Can't bear it anymore. It seems that Cell's fighting power is close to Super 3 at this time. It's really enviable. Sun Wukong wiped the blood from his mouth. He felt that the Saiyan blood in his body was stirring, and the bottleneck of the 5th level of the 9-yang magic art was on the verge of breaking through. This made him even more excited. At least the way he chose was correct. Son Goku, your body is really strong. You are not dead even after so many attacks from me. Haha, but this will only make you suffer more. As soon as he finished speaking, Cell stepped in the air and instantly appeared in front of Son Goku, bending his elbow and then moving like a spring. The speed and power of his fists doubled again made Son Goku exhausted. He could only defend passively. Unknowingly, Cell's power became stronger and stronger. Son Goku couldn't tell whether it was an illusion or reality. In short, Buu's cells are really strong. Now it can be said that Son Goku is already fighting with the incomplete Buu. Boom. Sun Wukong's body turned into a stream of light and crashed heavily into the ground, and the entire ground sank deeply. Cell's power was too great. But Cell was also very surprised at this time. With his strength, he should be able to easily deal with Sun Wukong, but every powerful attack did not cause Sun Wukong to suffer serious injuries. Instead, there was a lot of recoil force coming back. Or maybe it was Sun Wukong's powerful defense that allowed him to attack the enemy more freely in battle and effectively protected his life. Not to mention that with Sun Wukong's ability to control the subtle changes in his body at this time, he would not be exhausted even if he fought for 10 days or half a month. But obviously Cell would not give Sun Wukong this opportunity. After such a long battle, Cell was also bored. Son Goku, go to hell. This time I'm going to kill you completely. Thinking of this, Cell's eyes flashed with coldness, and he raised his hands slightly, and actually used the same Black Death bullet as Frieza. Cell had Frieza's cells in his body, so he was naturally very familiar with this move. Although this Black Death bullet was not much bigger than the one Frieza used on Namek before, the energy inside was completely different from Frieza's, and the difference in the level of energy was so great that it was like the difference between heaven and earth. With the appearance of the Death Energy Bomb, all areas of the earth began to shake, the seawater continued to surge, and countless animals on the ground began to flee everywhere. A strong breath of death began to spread from the earth to the entire galaxy, and then continued to spread out, waking up some sleeping monsters. This energy is so powerful that even on Namek, one can feel the incomparable power of this aura. Is this Cell's aura? How can it be so evil? Son Gohan was the first to notice the terrifying aura, and so were the others. Almost everyone on Namek began to tremble. This energy was too terrifying. This aura is somewhat similar to that of Frieza, but even more powerful. The new Great Elder of Namek said, with a worried look on his face, as if the fate of the Earth also represents the fate of other planets in the future universe. North Kai, what's going on? How can your North Galaxy have such a strong and evil aura? I haven't felt this aura for tens of thousands of years. What happened? An old voice sounded on the North Kai star. It was the voice of the Great Kai. Lord Great Kai, it's bad. This is because a terrible android appeared on Earth. He had been defeated, but suddenly a man from the demon world appeared. He transformed the android and made it so evil and powerful. Now only Son Goku is fighting him. I hope Goku can stop this android from doing evil. King Kai tremblingly told everything on Earth. What? Homunculi. The demon world is also involved. The great king was shocked. This is troublesome. As Cell swung his arm slightly, the Black Death bullet with the momentum of destroying the world hit Sun Wukong. The space outside the energy circle was twisted and fluctuated. The dark black lightning flashed in the Black Death bullet. It looked like hell was coming. Sun Wukong was in danger. Life. Death. This is the fight. Will Sun Wukong die? No one knows. It's this death bullet again, the same as the last time I broke through. It seems that I can't get away from the relationship with the Frozen Demon clan. Sun Wukong gritted his teeth fiercely, staring coldly at the Black Death bullet falling from the sky, with an inexplicable light flashing in his eyes. That was the determination to break through at the cost of his life. Cell's Black Death bullet was too strong. Without sufficient self-awareness, he could not block this move at all. Sun Wukong knew that this might really be the last chance. This was the biggest crisis he had faced since he traveled through time. However, Sun Wukong would not regret it. On the contrary, he would only fight harder. This was his character and spirit, and he would not be swayed by all the setbacks. Come on. Let me recreate the miracle of breakthrough. Sun Wukong roared inwardly. He was already desperate, and his body suddenly burst out with a powerful red-gold aura, and the space around him was solidified and sticky. The golden light was accompanied by a hint of red, which suddenly flashed around him. There was a suffocating smell around his body, and his footsteps stepped out a deep pit of several feet on the ground. The messy stones turned into powder when he exploded. Ah! Hey! Sun Wukong's arms were covered with green veins, and his muscles were bulging. Fight! He had no choice. If he didn't resist, he would die. Turtle. Sect. Qi. Gong. When the qi that had been accumulated for a long time reached its peak. Sun Wukong also used his most powerful move. Victory or defeat depends on this one move. Although the hope was extremely slim, the surging red and white light spread from his hands, and the last trace of lightning was entangled in the white light. Boom! A dull sound like thunder rang out, and Sun Wukong burst out his greatest potential at this time, and the Kamehameha at this time was even more ferocious. The energy wave with a diameter of several meters was powerful at this time, and its momentum was no less than that of Cell's Black Death bomb. Laugh. The red-white light and the black light collided several meters above Sun Wukong's head, and the two huge energy bombs collided with each other, emitting a powerful shock wave. The surrounding towering mountains were instantly swept away, and the ground collapsed hundreds of meters, forming a huge pit. Like the two sides of darkness and light, it added a very strange atmosphere to the earth, which made people feel a little creepy. Countless people on the earth were shocked by this situation. They only felt that the earth seemed to be shaking. Countless tall buildings collapsed in an instant, and it was a scene of the end of the world. In an unknown space, a dark figure was looking in the direction of the earth. Tisk tisk, it seems that this Saiyan is finally unstoppable. Tisk, it seems that the experiment failed. I have to slowly find more test subjects for my prison planet. This cell is pretty good, he can even perfectly fuse Boo's cells. I didn't expect that the technology on Earth is also quite advanced. Huh, you actually managed to block my Black Death bullet. Cell in midair frowned. He felt that the strength of Son Goku below him seemed to have skyrocketed. There was even a hint of the feeling of Son Gohan's breakthrough in his aura. Otherwise, his Black Death bullet would not have been blocked at all. Thinking of this, a cold light flashed in Cell's eyes. He pressed his arm slightly downward in the air. In an instant, the Black Death bullet that was confronting Kamehameha suddenly increased its strength several times. Cell had not used his true strength just now. Now was the time for him to get serious. Puff. Blood gushed out of his mouth, and Sun Wukong's eyes were bloodshot as he stared at the Black Death bullet above his head. Although he had risked his life, the strength of the Black Death bullet had increased several times. He had desperately used the 9 Yang Qi to barely withstand it. Now Cell wanted to kill him, and the power and strength of the Death bullet were no longer something Sun Wukong could resist. Boom. There was a violent earthquake, and a bottomless pit about 100 feet wide appeared in front of Cell. The surroundings of the cave were glowing with lightning. The ground tilted a little, and boiling magma instantly gushed out from the ground, adding a bit of horror to this tragic battlefield. The earth, which was about to collapse, finally began to disintegrate under the attack of Cell's Black Death bomb, and the core of the earth was completely destroyed. The sky suddenly darkened, and lightning flashed in the clouds. Red magma gushed out from all directions. The earth was not far from complete destruction. Humph, is he finally dead? Cell waited for a while, but there was no sign of life from Son Goku anymore. The entire battlefield was so quiet that there was no evidence of his life except for him. The power caused by the Black Death bullet was really great. Shaking his head, Cell said coldly, "It seems that I was too worried. Son Goku must have died a long time ago. No one can survive under my full force attack." Dad. Son Gohan was suddenly stunned, staring blankly at the distant earth. He could no longer sense any breath of Son Goku, but he could still feel the extremely powerful breath of Cell. There was only one result. At this time, Son Gohan thought of an unimaginable fact. His father, Son Goku, died at the hands of Cell. When he thought of this, the sadness and anger in Son Gohan's heart increased exponentially, and the breath of his body suddenly surged. Goku, Krillin, Tien Shinhan and Yamcha were also very shocked. They had a deep affection for Son Goku. They had experienced many dangers on Earth together, but they got through them all. But now, Son Goku was dead. That powerful friend and rival was dead. This made them stunned, and they all looked towards the direction of the earth. Piccolo also had a complicated expression on his face. He and Son Goku were both enemies and friends. They used to be rivals who were irreconcilable in life and death. Later, because of Gohan, they became comrades in arms. Now that his comrade in arms is gone, he felt sad again. Kakarot. Vegeta's heart was also in pain. Although he had not been with Son Goku for long, he had already regarded Son Goku as a good friend. Son Goku was stronger than him. Although Vegeta was jealous, his motivation became stronger and he was determined to surpass Son Goku in the future. But now, Son Goku was dead. On Earth, deep underground, turbid red-black magma was flowing. When the bubbles of smoke exploded, you could feel the scorching temperature. The surrounding rocks were like boiling steel. Perhaps under the roasting of the magma, the impurities in these stones slowly seeped out and became harder and harder. On the undercurrent of the magma, a figure floated on it. He did not sink, nor was he burned to death by the magma. It was Sun Wukong, who Cell thought he had killed. At this time, Sun Wukong's breathing was intermittent. If you didn't look carefully, you would think he had died long ago. Because at this time, Sun Wukong had no energy at all, like a sculpture. But looking at this weird picture, you can know that Sun Wukong must not be dead, otherwise there would be no such weird performance. That's right, Sun Wukong is not dead. Originally, it was basically impossible for anyone to survive under the attack of Cell's powerful Black Death bullet. However, the Vajra indestructible divine art increased Sun Wukong's defense by nearly 30 times, and he just kept Sun Wukong alive. But even so, Sun Wukong's body was already in tatters, and no one could bear the degree of serious injury. However, Sun Wukong relied on great perseverance, constantly running the true energy of the Nine-Yang divine art and tightly protecting his body with the Vajra indestructible divine art, and finally forcibly slowed down the breath of life. And on this edge of life and death, Sun Wukong's amazing potential was infinitely stimulated every minute and every second, and the amazing degree even surprised him. When Sun Wukong was holding on to his breath, he knew that he could only fight now, and immediately kept forcibly running the Nine-Yang divine art. He wanted to break through to the 6th level and break through the state of Super Saiyan 1. However, such a forced breakthrough caused his body to break slightly, and the bright red blood slowly merged into the magma. Sun Wukong, who gritted his teeth and persisted, finally received the ripe fruit. The skin, internal organs, muscles, and every tiny organ in his body were all rising sharply, rising to a terrifying degree. What was even more wonderful was that Sun Wukong was actually deep in the center of the earth at this time, and the boiling magma was like a catalytic and stabilizing role. A trace of life-containing air slowly penetrated from the magma into his skin, and then slowly entered his internal organs. What was more important was that after entering the sixth layer, the bone marrow in the body, and even the invisible and intangible potential, were constantly increasing and condensing, making the whole body like a hard alloy, and the combat effectiveness was constantly improving. At this time, Sun Wukong had reached the final state, stabilizing the sixth layer, and his body was under the undercurrent of the magma, no matter how the undercurrent rolled and flowed. Sun Wukong is fine. If you look closely, you can even find a thin film on the surface of his skin. This is the self-protection function of the Nine Yang magic skill, and it is also a special ability to enter the sixth level. Sun Wukong gradually woke up, and then slowly opened his eyes. A bright and sharp light burst out from his dark pupils, and a smug smile hung on the corners of his mouth. On the brink of life and death, his potential was fully unleashed, and powerful energy surged out of his body, completely separating the surrounding magma and rocks. With a move of his eyes, Sun Wukong's body shot out like an arrow. The rocks above were like tofu, so fragile that they did not cause any impact on Sun Wukong at all. Moreover, at this moment, Sun Wukong blasted the rock layer with just the power of his flesh. His flesh became even more terrifying, and with his bottomless potential, he was really like a humanoid monster. Terrible, terrifying. After returning to the ground, suddenly yellow sand flew all over the sky, and golden light suddenly burst into colorful and dazzling light. Sun Wukong raised his head, and his body seemed to rise straight up without consciousness. The golden and red light kept changing, and his momentum was also surging. Crack! It was like breaking some boundaries. Sun Wukong was about to enter the level of Super Saiyan 2, but his momentum was still rising. An invisible ripple quickly spread out with the eastern Milky Way as the center, and the speed reached hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light. After a while, the tiny ripples had covered the entire Milky Way, and then continued to spread. In an instant, even the underworld, hell, and the Kaioshin realm were affected by him. What's going on? He's not dead yet, just like Son Gohan before. No, he's even stronger than Son Gohan. I'm also shocked by this power, how could this happen? Cell stared at Son Goku in front of him with wide eyes, the strange phenomenon happening to him made him dumbfounded, and he couldn't help showing a shocked expression. At this time, almost everyone on the planet New Namek was excited. Dad. It's Dad. Dad's aura is so strong. And it's the same aura that I had when I broke through before, but Dad's is stronger and more powerful. Son Gohan raised his head and looked at the distant earth with a twinkling gaze. He felt that the aura of Son Goku's breakthrough was extremely strong, and even the distant New Namek was shocked. Kakarot, you are not dead, how great. This momentum has made you go ahead again. This time I will let you continue to go ahead, I will definitely catch up with you. Vegeta's face showed joy. Clang, clang, clang. The crystal light flickered, and the red-gold light suddenly burst out. A strange and violent airflow shot up. A pair of deep green eyes were bottomless and without any luster. A few strands of hair on the forehead shot up into the sky. Crackling. Red-gold arcs of electricity kept circling around him, flickering. The momentum suddenly unfolded, and a breath of destruction quickly spread out from this center. Super Saiyan 2. Is this Son Goku's Super Saiyan 2 state? His aura is so strong. Cell was shocked, a trace of cold sweat appeared on his forehead. Could it be that he was just so proud for a while, but he was going to lose again? Deep in the seventh universe, the realm of destruction. In the center, a diamond-shaped star floats in a mysterious, hazy space. Several large stars around it move slowly in the thick clouds. A huge, dry tree grows on the diamond-shaped star. The tree is so huge that the lakes and mountains below are like small leaves in comparison. There are several temple-like buildings on the upper level of the tree trunk. Inside the building, above the deep corridor, more than a dozen irregular meteorites are floating. A silver-haired young man walked forward step by step with a staff. A blue collar around his neck floated magically. Although he looked very peaceful, if you look at him again, you will find that he contains extremely powerful energy. This man is the servant of the god of destruction, Whis. Suddenly, Whis stopped, and the magic ball on the staff in his hand kept beeping and flashing. Oh, what's going on? Whis picked up the magic wand curiously and took a look at the picture displayed on the magic ball. A look of surprise appeared on his calm face. Is this a Super Saiyan? Well, but it seems a little different. There is a breath of fire on his body, which is really strange. Weiss frowned and thought for a while, then took the magic wand and knocked a few times in the void. Tap, tap, tap. A strange ripple spread out, just colliding with the ripple when Sun Wukong broke through. Hey, this is really the power of fire, and the power of time and space, and it is very pure. It seems necessary to go there in person. While Lord Beerus is still sleeping, it would be good to go out for a walk. Whis suddenly thought of something, turned around and walked down the stone path, and then a colorful and flawless light flashed. The gorgeous colors were as dazzling as fireworks, and instantly took Whis to the lower universe. In a space outside the dimensional layer, on a strange and bizarre planet, in a huge room filled with surveillance screens, a guy with purple skin and pointy ears suddenly stood up from his seat. Finally broke through. It seems that the Saiyan genes are still very strong, and it is worth it that I have imprisoned other ancient Saiyans here. Perhaps, that guy from Earth can bring me some surprises. Hey, Whis went down. You are lucky, I will find you later, Son Goku. I hope you can become stronger, otherwise my prison planet will be no fun at all. This man who looks like an elf is Fu, who had met Son Goku before. He originally thought that Son Goku would die at the hands of Cell, but he didn't expect that he could break through and be so powerful. The breeze blew, and yellow sand filled the sky. The once bustling Earth has turned into a hell on Earth, and countless humans have died in this mutation. Son Goku, who has transformed into a Super Saiyan 2, stood proudly in front of Cell. With a cold glance, Cell felt as if he had been completely seen through, and was actually a little scared in his heart. Originally, Son Goku's Super Saiyan state was much stronger than the usual transformation. This breakthrough again, the most obvious thing is the improvement in energy quality. Son Goku didn't know how much strength he had now. But the surging power flowing through his body, more condensed and powerful than before. He had a feeling that if the current power was used against his original self, it would be enough to kill him in seconds. This is a completely different level of transformation, not only quantitative change, but more importantly qualitative change. Cell, with your current strength, you are qualified enough to verify my current power. I really want to know what kind of strength you will have after fusing with Buu's cells. The voice was flat, as casual as a casual chat at home, but the calm words contained a chilling murderous intent. Cell was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood, but the movement caused by Sun Wukong's breakthrough just now was as huge as the creation of the world, and even affected the entire universe. With such a movement, Cell did not dare to act rashly for a while. Especially when he sensed the oppressive feeling that made the surrounding space almost stagnant, a bit of powerless panic emerged in his heart. This made him secretly annoyed. Above the sky, Cell frowned, and suddenly his pupils shrank sharply, and his heart palpitated. Sun Wukong's momentum was too strong, and the energy broke through the space, as if everything was going to be destroyed by him, as magnificent as the stars. Those green eyes were too deep, and the red gold hair was shining. The arc crackled non-stop, and the whole body was wrapped in a thick and sharp edge. I don't believe it. No matter how strong you are, I will kill you. This is my mission. If I killed you before to complete the mission, now is the time for me to succumb to the mission. Look at my strongest strength. Son Goku. Cell roared, and his fighting power was no longer reserved, and all of it was displayed in an instant. The Son Goku in front of him was too arrogant. Cell took out all his strength, but also kept a cautious meaning in it. However, Cell still didn't believe that Son Goku's strength would exceed his. Humph. No big deal. Looking at Cell rushing over. Sun Wukong snorted coldly, and his body burst into energy, rushing towards Cell in a flash. Bang! Bang! The two fists were stuck together. Sizzle. Airflow. Boom. A huge explosion sounded, deafening, and both Sun Wukong and Cell retreated far away before slowly stopping and looking at each other again. What a strong power. I didn't expect Son Goku to be so much stronger than the previous Son Gohan. Cell was secretly shocked, but his arms trembled slightly. He didn't expect that Son Goku could block the unreserved attack just now. If it was Son Gohan who had just broken through, he would still not be his current opponent. Son Goku should be feeling very uncomfortable too. Cell looked at Son Goku who seemed to be fine, but his heart was inexplicably shocked. Could it be that this is still not his strongest power? Shaking his head, Cell quickly threw this idea away. This is impossible. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and support our channel.